Hey y'all. Hey. Hopefully y'all can hear me. What's up? What's up? How are you all tonight? Just want to make sure I get in and that you can see me first. Hey. Hey, Oteria. Hey y'all. Hey guys. I'm gonna get started here. Hey y'all, I'm looking to the right because as those of you all that know, I've started a new program with doing my lives. And so I keep my camera to the right. So when you see me looking to the right, I'm actually reading your comments. So just want you to know that. I also want to make sure you can hear me. So before we get started, we need to make sure we get in on this good old, you know. So, I'm doing well. Hey, sister. My sister's in here, Karen. Hey. I'm doing well, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to make sure that I make this video pretty raw and real. I don't want to prolong too much, and I do want to make sure that I take at least 10 minutes of your questions and answer those. First off, let's do a little bit of roll call, right? Let's do something fun first. Bella want to get up here too. So let me know where you from, where you repping. I guess I'll start. I am in Houston, Texas, but I'm from St. Louis and Memphis. Okay, so I'm down here in the H-Town. And Hanya, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that I love teaching you all. Let me know where you're from before we get started. Karen, yes, thank you, Karen. Make sure that you take the time to like the video, guys. It costs you nothing to like this video, and it also makes sure that others are able to see it. So those of you all are on Facebook, make sure that you share the video. Share the video with your friends and family. You can share it right from down below. There's like a share button. And for those, those of you all on YouTube, same thing. You can share it from right below. Thank you so much. Houston, Texas. I'm from Lufkin, Texas. You know I know where Lufkin is because I have lived in NAC full time before. So Nacogdoches. So wonderful. Kansas City, Missouri. What up? What up? Westchester is here. Baltimore, Los Angeles, Rochester. We got Westchester, we got Cincinnati, we got Philly, Nacogdoches. What up, Keisha? Hi. We got Buffalo, we got Virgin Islands, St. Croix, loving St. Croix. I have been there before. One of my good friends is from there. Maryland, San Francisco, love it. Let's see. NC, yes. Maryland, Chicago, San Francisco. I think I said that. Residing in the A, but from New Orleans, South Africa. What up, Cape Town? All right, Browning. That's beautiful. ATL is in the house. What up, Michelle? We have Lady C. We have, oh, thank you, Lady C. Thank you for the stay safe and stay healthy. Yes, I'm trying to make sure that is done. Jay Lee here from Houston, Texas. We got VA here. We got Waxahachie. Hey, Waxahachie. Velma, we got you from Lufkin, Texas. Hey, and thank you so much. Y'all, before I even get started, y'all be donating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and you know what it goes to. You know it goes to good use. Thank you so much. Elmont is in the house. Mississippi, Bakersfield, Cali, STL. What up, St. Louis, Alicia? Cleveland, Ohio. We got Bay Area, Cali. We got a lot of Calians in here, okay? Or Californians. I'm like Californians. We got Michigan, Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, Detroit. What up, Detroit? You know, I know about Detroit. My boo from Detroit. Ireland. Ireland, you know what? I've seen a step up in follows from Ireland. I love it. Thank you, Ireland. Waterloo, Iowa. Toronto's in the house. What up? Run it. Is that the six? Is that the six with my woes? Okay, Andrea. Also Chi-Town, London. We got a lot of we got a lot of people here, and which makes me know that a lot of us are encountering and having some of the same things going on right now. Louisiana, Kansas City, Toronto. We got a lot of Toronto in here. I've said that a couple times. KCMO, Kansas City is representing. So thank you all. Thank you so much for being here. Florida, Birmingham, UK. See, I was about to say Birmingham, Alabama, but Birmingham, UK, man. South Africa, Miranda. You got some friends in here. When I say friends, from the same area. Wonderful, wonderful. We had someone from Cape Town. Now we got someone South Africa, Beverly Hills, or Beverly in New York. What up, Beverly in New York? Toronto is in the house. The UK is in the house. Cleveland, man, y'all make me feel so special. I just want to thank you. Thank you for being here. I don't have a special script from today. You know, I usually come with like a script. I still come from the heart, but I like to guide myself. But I just thought this was important to talk about today. And there will be a podcast to follow this up. And in the middle of this, I will give you all some other information going on, but I don't want to keep you too long. I know that you guys have things going on with your families, your life, your friends, and I don't want to impede too much on everything you have going on. I'm going to turn this light up just a little bit. But guys, Pittsburgh, what up, Michigan? Pittsburgh, it's a lot of Michigan in here too. Yeah, Jay Lee, I want to have a meet and greet when we feel comfortable, when all of us feel comfortable, including you and everyone else. They got to make us safe. You know, they got to make us safe. Thank you so much for the donations. Joy, or is it Joy? Joy Foy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the love. You all know not a dollar goes unseen or unused for a wonderful purpose. So I thank you for that. New Orleans and Phoenix, y'all are not going unnoticed. Thank you so much. Also, thank you, 123 Creations. Love you. And I see your comments often, so I really do care. Let me keep the ball rolling in. You're the self-esteem queen, and I love it. And I listen to all the Keeping the Confidence videos on my MP3. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you all. You all are sweet. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Also, so let's get into this. Like I said, I'm not going to be here with a script tonight. Everything I'm talking about tonight is coming straight from my heart. And then I'm going to end with some questions and just a few announcements. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you, Naya. Guys, right now is a really, really hard time. I cannot say it enough. I've had enough friends and family reach out to me with their struggles, with the difficulties that they're encountering, with the weirdness of the world, regardless of whether or not you've lost your job, kept your job, had someone get ill, you've gotten ill. If you work as a frontline worker, I'm talking about healthcare workers, people still in these warehouses, people still at our grocery stores, all of that. First off, love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the work and the dedication you put in. I'm sure we can say it doesn't go unnoticed. And you guys are unsung heroes. And it's really important to hear your voices and hear you reach back to me and ask me specific questions. So I thought about tonight's topic because so many times when we're stuck in that positivity zone and everybody thinks they have to be positive, we don't think it's okay to not be okay. And let me tell you something. Right now, the world is in disarray. Let's just be honest. I don't care where you're from. And a big part of me doing this roll call is for you all to see that we're all in this together. I see Detroit, Kansas City, Cape Town, South Africa. I'm seeing the St. Croix and all of that. In the UK, everybody. We're all experiencing this. And so it was something that was said to me the other day by a good friend of mine was that, you know, I'm okay being an introvert and I'm okay being by myself sometimes, but it's hard knowing that everybody else isn't. Not a lot of people are, and they have to stay home right now. Not only that, they're dealing with the daily struggles. If they have children, they're having to teach them. If they have family members that have medical needs, they're having to take care of them. They're afraid to go visit people. I mean, my mother is 71 years old. I would love to hop on a plane and go and see her, but I don't want to expose her to anything. There's a lot of different things that go into this, right? We're afraid of getting people sick. We're afraid of getting sick. And I think I'm less afraid of the getting sick and more afraid of the other things, the economic impact. I don't know if I don't like to talk politics on my channel. That's something that you all notice I stay away from, and for many different reasons. But I realize that our leadership at this time is hard-headed and willing to risk it all. And for what? Other than political gain. That's hard in itself to think about. Also seeing the lines at food banks, right? And seeing that there's people at food banks that have never had to go to food banks before. All of that weighs on our mental health. Our mental health. It helps to increase, or I say helps to, but it helps to increase levels of anxiety, levels of depression. And so even if you're not directly impacted by all of this, you're impacted by watching others. And also you're still directly impacted because you are ordered, all of us at this time, to stay at home. And even countries that have reopened, it's a different type of setting, right? So you're going to the grocery store and you're seeing people with masks and gloves. Or some people are completely covered because they're trying to keep themselves safe. That's just not what was happening a few months ago, right? So I can say that I think that that's important to think about, is to think about the changes that we're experiencing and seeing, and why it's important for us to be patient with ourselves and with others. And when I say be patient, it's great to want to be positive, but sometimes you have to allow those feelings that aren't necessarily flowery to flow. I told y'all last week when we went live, I've cried a couple times. I have cried a couple times. I have tried to make sure that I also identify why that's happening. And like I've told you guys, I've never shied away from this. I'm a psychologist who goes to therapy. Never been ashamed of it. I could care less if somebody has a problem with it, because a lot of people that have a problem with it usually have a problem, okay, that they need to be in therapy for. And it's okay. But what I'm saying here is, even when I was talking to my therapist, one thing that I was asked is, was I happy? Was I okay? What was I thinking about? And one thing I had to say was, I've been happy, and I feel like I should be happy because God has blessed me. I have a lot going on for myself. I'm still doing things from home. I'm still able to work from home, even though I'm considered an essential employee. Yeah, I have a letter proving it. I've been able to stay home mostly for my safety and my health. As you all know, I had pneumonia last year. Not gonna risk these lungs. They've already been through enough. Just a lot of different things. But what I realized is I had a sense of guilt. So this is where it comes in, that all of us have things to think about. I have a sense of guilt because there's so many people in this world, and I wish I could help them all. I wish I could. I can't. Okay. And also it's a sense of nothing's really happening to me for sure, per se, that's super negative, other than having to, reduce my social contact, be different, not traveling like I was. I can't travel. Y'all know I'm a jet setter. I love traveling. If I'm not at home, I'm traveling. But having to give those things up seem very mild considering the things that other people are going through. And so I feel like it's so important to make sure that we acknowledge those feelings. Those feelings are just as important as positivity. Those feelings are just as important, because if you don't allow yourself to cry, if you don't allow the anger, if you don't allow yourself to process, it'll only pop up in other ugly ways. And that's what we want to stay away from. We don't want to fall into a place where we're heavy drug usage or heavy drinking or, not taking care of ourselves or not being considered, considering our health or considering what we can do for ourselves, or at least having a glimmer of hope. And a lot of times reducing the impact of those feelings can seemingly add to those feelings. And I know we're feeling so many different things right now. I know I am. I know it's scary for me to think about how the world has changed, And I think I shared this with you guys the last broadcast and the last live we did, is that I knew a bit about this in January, and I think it struck me hard that it wasn't being discussed. It wasn't being discussed that people in China were falling dead, that people were having problems getting to the places they needed to go, that the country was pretty much shut down, and that our country behaved as if they didn't know about this. And, whoa, like, then it just pops up and our whole world's changed. And so I want you all to feel okay with not being okay in those situations. Of course, being patient with yourself, being gentle with yourselves. I always provide links to ways to find therapists. And a lot of people are operating remotely now, so that it's still an option. I know y'all hear me saying that, but at this time, you can't make it into an office. So it's okay to reach for help if you need it. In your respective state. In your respective state, you'll want to see who's available for that. But it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And for those of you all that are not at the point of considering or looking at therapy, y'all know I'm always a person to really prop that up. But also, it's okay to acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to discuss those feelings, and don't let nobody make you feel bad about that. Another thing is that I feel like we also have to stop making each other feel bad about that. I know I have people of all races here, all ethnicities, people of different colors and all of that. And what I want to say about that is sometimes, and I know specifically as a Black woman, we hear often that we should be strong and that we should maintain this strength that's superhuman. And that we're super women and Wonder Women. And I know women of other races experience that as well. But I'm speaking from a place of hearing that over and over, seeing that demonstrated over and over. And what I want y'all to know is it's okay to be a mess sometimes. It's okay to let it go. It's okay to cry. It's okay to not be so damn strong all the time. Because at this time, it's not only mentally affecting us, it's spiritually affecting us. I know I miss going to church and actually communing with the saints and the people and being in the building. It's also affecting us physically. Some of us are in a place where we haven't learned how to work out on our own. So we don't even trust our judgment when working out at home and, taking care of that or learning our nutritional benefits and the things that we need there. And we're so worried about the world and we're so worried about everything else that it seems unrealistic to even consider those things right now. And I do urge you to stay on a schedule. I do urge you to take the time to really take care of yourself. Learn how to cook that dish you never did that's healthy for you. Learn how to exercise in your home. But I'm also going to urge you to let yourself feel what you need to feel. If it's considered negative, rethink that and rephrase that. It's not negative to feel angry. It's not negative to feel sad. What it is it's a range of your feelings, and you should feel that. You should allow yourself to experience that. Like I said, again, self-disclosure, I cried. At the very beginning of this, I cried probably every day. I cried just thinking about the fact that I cried. Because I do want the best for people. And I know that right now, it's just not the best of times. It's not. And if we are real with ourselves, again, I don't like to get political on this channel. Y'all ain't really heard me talk about the president, but that's a whole nother topic. at hand. But what I will say is this whole push to open up and have people in and get this economy back booming, as we've heard, is unrealistic. It just can't happen that way. I want y'all to think about the fact that there will be effects, even when we go back into the world. Just thinking about the fact that you don't want to endanger anyone because you might potentially be ill, unless we're all tested. Because some people don't even have symptoms, right? And some people don't even get very sick. This is not limited to the very sick. So that's odd. And then going into big spaces with lots of people, that can be nerve-wracking to think about at this point. Even going to work, we don't know the people are exposed to and the issues that they might have or encounter. We can only try to be as safe as we can be, keep each other safe, keep our family safe. But I know that it all can be quite stressful. And so today, my point in going live was to say, acknowledge that. Acknowledge you're feeling that. It's only then that we can start to deal with those feelings and emotions. It's only then that we can really start to learn how to depend on ourselves. And also be graceful, give ourselves grace, because I don't think we do that enough, especially those of us, and women, period, are often told to be strong, which is crazy because we're also told to be feminine and everything else. And it's not like the two can't coexist, but the type of strength that people like to talk about is often a bit negative, overbearing, and way too, can take it all on, plus everybody else's stuff. And I urge you right now to take some time to not take on other people's stuff. I know that many of you all are mothers, fathers, you're doing other things, but you need a few minutes a day to process on your own. So that you can help with others. Again, put that oxygen mask on before you put it on for anybody else. If we're going to do that on an airplane, we need to do that in life. So that was my main purpose in today. I really didn't want to keep you all super long on that. And I see so many of you all are sending your messages, and I wanted to start to take questions and comments, and make sure that you like this video. Like this video, it lets others know that you're enjoying it. It shares it with them, and it also gets people in on the conversation that we're having. I wanted to go to this comment here. I see here, SPL Lifesis, I think that is, says, I'm a first responder and the panic attacks I get make me feel weak. The unknown is driving me nuts. Like, is today the day I get it? Wow. Wow. First off, I'm going to say that's a real thought and a real concern. And I'm not going to minimize your concern. I think some people might seek to minimize that. I think it's a real concern. However, I also want you to continue to know what your purpose is, what you're here for, what you're doing, and we appreciate you for that. No, that does not stop the spread. I think the only thing you can do is be as cautious as you possibly can. Care about yourself. Yes, care about others, but care about yourself and how you can take care of you, and continue to operate within that place. I can only imagine how hard that is. And then not only that, you're constantly exposed to seeing others who are ill with this. And I can only imagine what that's like. And I do believe, especially for first responders, the people who are seeing these people first, it's going to be essential that you have good people that you can at least talk to virtually, whether or not that be a therapist, even your friend group, whoever you have, to be able to expose those feelings and thoughts, because those are real concerns. And I think you can do what you can to be as safe as you can and continue with that. Don't let up on that. And realizing that we are hitting the peak of this, and the hope is that we're going to come down on this other end so that you all can get some rest. The front line, I know y'all are getting it hard. So I hope that you are finding some, not silver lining, but a place where you can get just a little bit of rest and clear this from your thoughts. Cry if you need to cry, scream if you need to scream, because I cannot tell you to just feel better. I think that's a process. And I think in seeing this, understanding how you can help and operating within that capacity. I hope that helps. Were there any other people here? Yes, and Rueful Creations love you too, honey. I always see you supporting. She says, if you believe, set your eyes on God during this time, trust in Him, pray every day, and ask that He carry you through this. He has not forgotten us. We will get through this. I agree. I agree. And I think you said it best. I'm not going to even keep going on that because you said it best. A good support, Lady C said, a good support system to talk to. What does the peak mean? When I say the peak, it means our height of cases of coronavirus and deaths. For a lot of places, they're starting to see the top of that. So there's a curve, right? And the top of that curve is the very height of virus infections plus the deaths. So what we're hoping is that we're starting to come down on the other side of that so we can go back down to close to normality. And I don't think that we can be quite there without lots of testing and a vaccine, but we can at least start to see the other side of that. So that's what I mean by peak. Hopefully that helps there. I see one here by Radioactive Roses that says, is it selfish to focus on me? I found your videos because recently I've been going on a self-love journey and the people around me are upset. And I'm assuming you were saying because of that. No, it's not bad to focus on you. I think we have to stop with this situation. For some of us, this is the only time that we've gotten to focus on us. And we might be realizing that we've been doing ourselves a great disservice, especially if you're in the confines of your home, thinking about yourself and still staying safe and keeping others safe. I think it's perfectly fine. Sometimes that's going to be the thing that gets you through this. And for all of us, that's going to take different things. Some of us will have to focus on self and have that obligation and have that opportunity. Others of us have other people to think about, but even in those situations, we still need to think about ourselves, our well-being, how we are, because we can't be of service to anyone else without doing so. So hopefully that helps. Let me see. Oh, thank you for this, Brenda Hutcherson. Take care of yourself as well, Dr. Nina. We care about you very much, and you have given us much information about life. Please be safe for yourself and for us. Our prayers are with you always. Thank you. Thank you. I am remaining safe, honey. Unless I have to go out for anything. Babe was with me for the past month and basically did all the grocery shopping and stuff. So the only time I'm going out is when I have to go. I have to go and get things, and I'm very safe, y'all. Seriously. Mask, gloves, the works. Okay. We are staying safe and taking care of ourselves. I had to show this one, y'all. My aunt. Oh, thank you for that comment. My aunt is here. Hi, Aunt Janice. Love you. That's my real auntie, y'all. Like my auntie. All right. She used to take care of me, help to raise me. I stayed in her home for like 2 years and almost every summer in Memphis. So love her, love her, love her. Thank you for being here, auntie. Someone said here, yes, self-care, like Dr. Nina says. Bessie Williams, thank you. I wanted to ask, it was something that was recommended to us. Crystal Pearson said, listen to Dr. Mike Monroe's Season of Crisis, phenomenal and helpful in getting you to get over your fears of the unknown. I love that. Also, I wanted to add something for you guys because I don't like to end on a negative note. I want to make sure that we end this with a sense of hope and something that we can look forward to. So I want to make sure you guys can still hear me. Can you hear me right now, guys? Let me know. Let me know if you can. Hopefully you can still hear me. What I wanted to know, and Kimberly, I'm going to get to your comment in just a second. I see that here. You all can hear me well. Basically, I want you to know that the free Supernatural 8-Day Empowerment video is the 8-Day Empowerment Program is linked down below in the information section on both Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you check that out. And why? Because we're giving away 6 $50 gift cards my amazing and wonderful, assistant, Stephanie Brown, as well as my bae, Sean, have chipped in, and we're going to give away 6, and this is just the first round, but we're going to give away 6 $50 gift cards, and only those that have joined. And if you are on the email list, you will be noticed. You will be also notified. So I've already sent out 2 emails that allow you to sign up for the contest after you signed up for the 8-day empowerment video course. It's free, and it helps in times like these where you need to not only hear positive words, but figure out how to apply that in your life while acknowledging the not so great times that you might go through. So make sure that you check those out. I think that you will not be disappointed. And you will also have the opportunity to win one of 6 $50 gift cards. And next week, we will announce the winners. So after next Thursday, you will be notified by email about that. So hopefully you all will be able to take part in that. And it's also, like I said, a free program. So it is worth it. The other thing I wanted to make sure that you all are aware of is coming May 1st, or a little bit further on in May, we will have the monthly membership available, which will also have courses on managing anxiety and depression and much, much more. So there will be a lot there for you to learn in your time of being home, being away from all of this and staying safe, right? So I have a lot in store for you there. Many of you all have asked about individual coaching opportunities. That is coming as well. I want you to know I will have that opportunity, but I will not be able to take as many people as I would like, but we will make do and make sure that we have several people that have slots available for that. But I wanted to thank you all for tonight. I wanted to make sure I took any last minute questions or comments. And I think I had one up here that I wanted to try and answer. Oh, Renee gives us some good advice. She said, during this time, I don't keep any alcohol in my home. So easy to make it a crutch in these times, trying to use positive distractions. Absolutely right. Unless you feel like it will not be something that you wake up to, you go to bed to, or in the middle of the day, you're relying on, it's probably not a good time, especially in these times we see that's when those problems heighten. Here I see that Oteria Burns says, I'm in the healthcare field and I've took this time to just breathe and be thankful, but do the best I can at home. Absolutely right. I think that you have the right idea. That's acknowledging both the positives and the not so positives. And my prayer for you all is that you continue to stay safe and figure out what you can do to continue to contribute to this situation while also keeping yourself safe. And that's number one. It can't continue unless you're okay. So take care of yourself. It's something else I wanted to see here. Here, Kimberly Aristy. I hope I said that right, Kimberly's. Is there any way to get free emotional help? I just got out of a physical and emotional abusive marriage, and I am unemployed. And a week after I don't know why this isn't continuing, but basically, is there a way to get free help? Here's the thing. Depending on the state or place where you are, you want to do a search for therapists. A lot of therapists do free or they do sliding scale fees. So based on what you might be able to offer, might be the best way. Some universities as well are still allowing some of their clinicians to do work by phone, by Zoom. It just depends. So some of their counseling clinics offer, especially where there's trainees in charge of the therapy, they may offer opportunities for low or very reduced price therapy sessions. I know on our campus, I'm not sure when they're starting back up just yet, at Stephen F. Austin State, they offer it for $5 a session. It's very low. So I know it's like that in other places. And so what you'll want to do is do a live search of counselors and therapists Look at what's out there. And there are people that are still offering virtual services. And right now, many of us have been ordered to offer virtual services. You all know that I don't do private services, I supervise services. So one thing that I know for some is that they are allowing that to happen. So you may want to call neighborhood universities, wherever you are, see if they have any opportunities for that. You'll also want to do a search. I think down below in the information section, if not right now, I will have it in there, where you can get access to different opportunities to search for your own therapist in your area. Ask, do they offer sliding scale fees based on how much money you make or don't make? And so you want to make sure you check on that. So hopefully that helped. And hopefully that helps to bring just a little bit of solace to the situation. And I am sorry to hear about that. Very sorry to hear about that. Now, 123 Creations. Wow. Thank you. Thank you once again. I'm taking this time to work on myself, work on my self-esteem and self-love. I'm using this time to read, work out, positive audios. Thank you, Nina. Of course. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your contributions. I really do appreciate it. I really do. So, and also going back to Kimberly, I hope that that really helped. I hope that really helped. Let me see. I'm trying to see what else I have. I told my children that the air is sick and will need to be safe. They are not asking as much about not going to school or why they can't go. It was hard. It was hard initially, but they get it now. That is such a good way to put it in. That's a good way for kids to understand what's going on. Thank you for offering that and letting us know about that. And I love this. Sesame Street has an episode to explain coronavirus to kids. Thank you for that. So guys, you know you can find anything on YouTube. Look that up. Kids really need to hear about why the world is not operating as it normally has. So hopefully you guys have been able to take a lot from today. And Bree and Kimberly, I want you to see this, Kimberly. You have prayers coming your way. We send you prayers, honey. Like I said, hopefully those things that we offered will help. I know that it's not easy right now being in an abusive or having been in an abusive relationship. So I know you know how hard this is for people that are currently in those abusive homes, emotionally and physically. And we are sending nothing but prayers your way. Hopefully you'll make it to the next live to keep us posted on the things you find out and what you're able to do. Do you have any tips for managing anxiety? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So with managing anxiety, some of the biggest things you want to do is try to, and it sounds weird, but keeping your schedule as close to what it is normally. I know we can't do what we normally do. That's not what I'm saying. But if you wake up at a certain time of the morning, you do it at a certain time, you do things at a certain time of the day, try to keep it as close to that as possible. Predictability often helps anxiety, helps us to relax, helps us to have a feeling of stability, even in an unstable world. So I urge you to do that. Not only that, I urge you to take time out to just be still, meditate, pray, sit in a closet. Think about not only the positives, but think about what's going on with your brain that's not so positive at this time. Talk about that with yourself. Think about it. Think about where you are in that. Also, the next thing is reminding yourself of times that you've come through hard times before. A lot of times we discount the things we've been through and we don't give it any credence. We don't think about how we've managed to think of new ways to do things. This isn't the first time you've been challenged with something. It might be the first time you consider it because a lot of other people are going through the same thing. But think of a time when you were going through a hard time and other people were not. How did you get through that? How did you work your way through that? The best way to lower anxiety is to pull from previous experiences and think about how to move forward. So those are three things I would say right now to focus on. Try to have that regular schedule. Think about what you've been through before and how you can use it to get through what you are doing right now. And also focus on the not so positive feelings that you're experiencing, and talk to yourself about ways that you can better align those. There's so many books to read, and I know that those are the obvious, reading books, doing programs, but sometimes it starts with us and just what we have within our ability to help ourselves feel better for the moment. Also, be graceful and kind to yourself right now. If you feel like crying, cry. This is the time. If you don't feel so good about the situation, express that. Feel okay with that, because the best way for you to move forward in that anxiety and to reduce it is to acknowledge the feelings you're having so that you're better able to be equipped with what is necessary to change that. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. So guys, whew, I really am happy that you all are here and that you have been here for so much. I have one more thing here. Rashima asks a great question. Any tips for continuing work with my therapist given my recent change in environment? A lot of issues I was working through took place in this environment, and I fear reverting to the past me. I would say what my things are is to be honest about that. If you're afraid of that, share that with your therapist. Make sure that they know that you feel like you're at a place of, when I say relapse, not that that was a relapse in the issue, but that you feel like you could be going backwards, so that you can start to build and equip yourself with things that might help you to move forward. I think being honest is a big thing for us, and we're not often honest about our feelings. And I think it's best to do that right now, especially if you have access to a therapist. You're blessed. Okay. But thank you all. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Hey, girl, just want to throw out there how dope you are. Oh my God, I love you and your channel. Just want to remind you that you're much appreciated. Much love from New Zealand. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jenna. Y'all are so sweet. I'm so happy to see that you all are offering so many things. Those of you all that need some additional things to consider, look in these comments. These comments play on YouTube, and you can also catch them on Facebook. You guys are skilled yourselves. You've given me so much to think about as well. And I just feel better coming here and talking to you all. So we will be going live. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Make sure that you enter my contest. How do you enter the contest? Click the link below and join my free 8-day supernatural video program. Those of you all that are already on my email list, make sure you've checked your email, because it gives you all the information on how to join in on the $6 $50 gift cards giveaway. So check that out. Thank you so much for being with me tonight, y'all. I love you. We will be back in this thing soon. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Stay away from, big groups of people. Social distance. Also, make sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. If you need to cry, cry. If you need a moment, go in the closet. Now is the time to acknowledge all the feelings that you have, both positive and not so positive. I love y'all much. Dr. Nina signing out. Peace.